For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone talking some men's tennis here with Nico Agritelley, the junior from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Nico just came back from the Midland Racquet Club Invitational. Nico, this is one of the elite events, I know, in the fall portion of collegiate tennis. Mm-hmm. Give me a sense, before we get into the results, about just the vibe there of what it's like to be a men's tennis player at a place like that.
Well, this is my third year to play the tournament. I knew, especially my freshman year I went there, you see all the top schools, UT, A&M, Baylor, TCU, Rice, like the whole top dogs are there for Texas tennis. So, I mean, even some people outside of Texas, like, it's going to be a tough tournament. And so coming into this year, I knew competition was going to be tough, and I was ready for it. I mean, third year here, like, I knew what to expect, and I was ready to get going.
Yeah, there's only going to be one person who wins each event on the elite level like that. You made it to the third round of singles and lost in 3 sets in that third round. So how would you measure, from a singles perspective, your success last week?
I thought I did really well in singles. The guy I lost to actually won the tournament. So he went on to beat Trevor Johnson from TCU in the finals, who's also a great player. And then me being the only person to take the UT guy, Harrison Scott, to 3 sets, I felt really confident in my performance. I felt like I had him. I felt like if I maybe would have changed just 1 or 2 things, I could have had him. But, I mean, what happens, happens, and I felt really happy with my performance.
Well, you had a heck of a run with Josh Sheehy, the freshman. Let's talk a little bit about Josh, because he's a new name for ACU tennis fans, but he's he's already making a name for himself, even on the national level, isn't he?
Yeah. He just recently almost qualified for the U.S. Open. He got to the finals of Kalamazoo, which is one of the biggest national junior tournaments, and he and I actually got to the finals of the Abilene ITA doubles tournament here. So, doing well.
Yeah, Josh is off to a great start here at ACU. We gave him a hall pass for missing the first few days of school. He was up in New Haven trying to qualify for the U.S. Open as well. Tell me a little bit about being born into a tennis family. Your dad, Glenn, is a key player, the owner there at the T-Bar M camps. Have you ever known anything but tennis growing up?
No, I mean, my dad started me at tennis at the age of 2, and even when I was that small, like even the smallest rackets, they were too big for me. So my dad gave me a racquetball racket, so I was just whacking the ball around with that. But no, I mean, I've played tennis my whole life. I mean, growing up with playing tennis that long, like, I kind of struggled early on, whether I was going to continue with it or not. But as I got into high school and I continued really enjoying playing at a top level, I knew that tennis was going to be the sport for me.
Well, Nico and the rest of the tennis team, men's and women's, off to a great start here in the fall. Just came back from a very successful week at the Midland Racquet Club Invitational. For Nico Agritelley, I'm Grant Boone for ACUsports.com, and go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats.